have to. Let's see it.
And welcome back here to On Deck on CSR, of course, with me, Charles Prodigy, Richey, of course, my man, Riis the Ruler. Riis, what's been going on with you and your show lately, Weeko Wednesday? What have you guys been thinking? What have you guys been promoting up to? And your co-host been paying attention to the NBA playoffs, and who does she have, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, she's actually with the Lakers, so that's good. That's good to know. The show is going pretty. The show is going pretty well. We averaging 1.6K views a week, so
nice,
steady audience building. And we just tackle, crazy topics and everything. So if y'all want to tune in, please follow me on Facebook. That's Kimosabe, Kimosabe, and then it's Big Ballin' is my hobby. I'm sorry, I can't change my name. I was one of the original Facebook people, and I changed my name so much, and now it's stuck like that. I can't change it no more, but that's the only reason why I was like that.
No, that's all right, man. Hey, you're staying true to yourself and got a great character at the end of the day, so no worries too much. But anyway, we like to hear from you, the fans, while we're still going throughout the show real quickly. I know we're switching over to MLB Upper Deck, but we like to hear your predictions right now. Who do you have being penciled in for the NBA Finals right now? Right now, we already got the Eastern Conference Finals set up between the Celtics and the Heat. Celtics, who have owned the Heat during the season, 2 games to 1 during the regular season. And then you also got right now 2 more rounds remaining in the West itself, the Western Conference Finals right now. Lakers are hopefully looking to close out the Rockets tonight on ABC, ESPN. And then you also got tomorrow, I believe, going on with the Clippers and the Nuggets. Nuggets looking to keep their season alive, hopefully extending to a Game 7. But the Clippers looking to do what no team and Clipper franchise has ever done. And a great big leap, Western Conference Finals. Ooh, Clippers, the new Kings of LA. Whatever.
That's good.
I got
Miami and Lakers.
I wouldn't be surprised Lakers Celtics. I mean, I like the Heat, but I'm telling you right now, the buys that they got right now, Kemba Walker being on that Celtic team, I thought that was a nice little replacement for Kyrie Irving going into this year. Kemba Walker is not a bad choice right there. You still got some nice, sizable bodies on there. You know what? I tell you what, Celtics, I mean, I think they're going to do just like the Lakers, utilize the size, but the Heat in 7 games in that one. I think they'll duke it out a little bit. I just feel like Jimmy Butler, all the criticism he's heard over the years of not being viewed as a leader, well, this is finally his team right now. And I think that's one of the reasons why I left the 76ers. I still felt like he was part of like an alpha dog with other teams that he played for, whether it was with the Bulls, trying to have that brief reunion with Tom Thibodeau and the Timberwolves, then the Sixers right there. But I just feel like Butler's found a decent home. We shall see on that. Him and Pat Riley seem to be clicking together, that work ethic, that mentality right there. And I just felt like they've been a great pair together. That I could just see them pulling something off special. I would love the Lakers Heat, but that's the only thing. It's just, will Butler be able to still tough it out and finish the deal? I think this is the first time for Butler being in the conference finals in his NBA career. He's never been there with the Bulls. His
first year they played against the
first year.
You sure he wasn't there as a rookie when they played against them? He wasn't there as a rookie.
No, he got drafted in 2011. He got drafted in 2011. His first season, they lost to the Sixers when Rose got early.
You're right about that. Sure, right. You're right. Yep. You're right.
That's what I remember. And ever since then, I mean.
He's been the guy ever since Rose got hurt.
Yeah. And that's been pretty much his tale. I got to tell you, that series right there, that was heartbreaking to watch right there, how that season ended. I know Rose was playing hurt throughout that year, but still showing signs of like what he was as an MVP. Man, when he went out to that first game, I knew darn good well that was like their season was over.
Should never been in. It was 2 minutes and some change left, and they was up by 19. Should never been in the game.
Anyway, moving on for right now, we're going to go ahead and jump into baseball as we mentioned. Right now, some exciting times right now. The White Sox right now, who have been knocking on the door all year long, for playoff spot, looking to snap a 12-year playoff drought. Last time since 2008, especially for both Chicago teams, and they both done it winning the division. The White Sox were, for whatever reason, the history of their franchise has never been able to get in as a wild card. So it only seems fitting if they do get it, they'll get it by taking care of business in their division in the AL Central right now. I got to tell you, at this moment in time, I'm not going to lie, still ways to go, but I like the position right now where they're matched up as far as like hitting. They're top 5 in batting average and wins in pitching right now. The only thing is that surprised me with the Cubs is that you figure the universal DH will be like their best friend. I mean, as far as like this year. I mean, the Cubs right now, they're towards the bottom of the league, 3rd worst batting average in the National League.
Yeah.
That's I got to tell it like it is for right now.
I mean, they're not too far. They were 22.6. I mean, they had .226, while the Sox at .268. So a good spurt, man. They could come up from being 26 to being top 15. It's all about getting that stroke. They just good pitching, which we've been needing. So we may have to tough it out games. You know, maybe we one of them Kansas City teams that win games 2-1, 3-1. But it have been some games where we have scored a lot of points. Definitely 6-1 games and things like that. I just think our pitching has come apart and we just become into a complete team. And I think since we said that we got the we're 4th in wins, 8th in pitching wins, and we're 4th in the NL. So our pitching is good. Our batting is gonna get there. I just think with our defense and our pitching, it'll be able to get us more at bats. So we'll come up. I'm so proud of the Sox. Like I told you, if it was any year, it's definitely this year. This is the year to where, they're young, they're talented. It's a short season. Show people who you are. So when it's time for that full season, they will know. So I'm very proud of the Sox, and to see both the Chicago teams close out their division will be really good in Chicago, and maybe we can see that Cubs versus Sox World Series.
I heard one person tell me if that ever were to happen, they'd have to shut down the city for that.
Definitely. It'd be a war zone. It'd be a good war zone, but it'd be a war zone.
You know what? And the thing is, too, I mean, we talk about, like, no offense, I mean, like, what's happened the last few months. A fight can we see, like, taking all that just for a World Series being amped up, just a little snippy fans like there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it'll be epic to have both the hometown teams playing in Chicago, man, a rivalry. It's a friendly rivalry, but to have that rivalry, have the, one train divides it. You go one way, you go to the Cubs. You go the other way, you go to the Sox. To have them players riding on these trains and you looking at each other, you got a Sox on, you got a Cubs on, and everything. Just friendly, good, teams. So I definitely believe that I would love to see us both finish it. I think the Sox actually are pretty good, and they can hold the Twins off. But I do think that the Twins are a dangerous team, so don't take your eye off them just yet.
No, I mean, then also another team, too, is the Indians as well, too. I mean, they're only still 2.5 games back away from, like, possibly snagging that division. Still trying to make a statement. I mean, that division could, like, if they're not careful, they could easily be snuck up on, if you ask me. I just feel for right now, I mean, with the White Sox, they're definitely hitting on all levels right now. They're definitely feeling it, and definitely a lot more confidence, if you will, for this time. But I think for right now, one interesting thing that really surprised me to see this pop up is with Javier Baez right now. Javier Baez, who's actually been hitting right now his lowest of the whole starting lineup, 196 batting average, 33 hits of 168 at-bats. He's actually thinking about, like, trying to make a case right now to have in-video game replays where he could, like, pay attention to, like, his batting swing and try and make adjustments. But the only problem is we're coming off a scandal right now from a few years with that World Series. And I don't blame the MLB for being a little adamant doing that. Yeah, a couple other guys in the slab, like Kyle Schwarber, he's another guy right there. His batting average is low, but he's got the second most home runs on this team. Uh, I just feel like the Cubs right now, once again, where they need to be careful, are we starting to see a situation where their bats are getting cold at the wrong time?
Let's hope not, because we have always seen that the Cubs seem to slow down towards the end of the season. I feel like with this being a short season, that they should have just enough gas to actually go through and make a nice playoff push. Their pitching is good, like you said. That they're just home runs. That they're hitting a lot of home runs. We don't have a lot of on bases right now. I believe that once we worry about probably getting some contact, and I'm with you with the DH. I thought that the DH would definitely help them. Well, I guess it does with the home run because, Schwarber probably plays the DH most of the time. So second in the league in home runs, but so pitching is holding us together. We just got to, try to get some more on bases.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. But the only other thing I would just say is probably like the bullpen for right now, as we take a look at for this time being. I mean, the White Sox, like I said, they definitely have a lot of things going their way right now. I tell you what, if one team, if the Cubs are not careful, they still got to be very wary of is the Cardinals. The Cardinals right there, who had to be one of the teams who had to make up a lot of games, thanks in large part due to COVID-19 right now. Their manager, Mike Schilt, who's been doing this for the time being. I mean, yeah, they got a 19-19 record, but still, with the games they're still trying to make up, unbelievably, they're still only like 3 games back of the division. And I just feel like David Ross, if he's going to be like a guy who gets recognition, let's just say if he becomes like manager of the year, I think he has to not only get to the playoffs, but you have to at least get minimal to the pennant game or in the World Series or try and win it all.
With David Ross, I don't believe that he has to get that far to just take this Cubs team that a lot of analysts had already written off already and transition them to the Cubs team that they used to be. I think is good enough. The Cardinals has always been our little brother. I mean, our big brother or whatever we want to call it. One of those that has always bugged us, and we always been in a battle with the Cardinals. So I'm not surprised that it's them that's always creeping up on us. I definitely think that David Ross does need to complete this and finish off as the number one, especially in his first year.
Yeah, I do. I think the only reason why, because you have to still prove this is not a rerun of what last happened with Joe Madden here. I mean, trying to wrap this deal, because at the end of the day, he's hair of this team right now. He had a lot of players going to bat for this guy, praising him. Felt like he should have been a coach eventually at some point. You got your wish right now. You're with these guys. Now I just want to see how Rossi handles himself in his first year as far as game situations right there. I mean, he felt like Baez maybe just needs a night off or stuff to help get himself collected.
I mean, just an idea, just to want to just see how he swings at pitches and do all that. I just think everybody think it's a scandal, it's a cheat and things like that. I don't think he meant trying to cheat. It just maybe be a view to see, hey, I'm swinging this way. Hey, I'm swinging this way. Okay, when the ball come this way. I guess it is kind of have an edge, but maybe if everybody can do it, because what's the difference from him going back and watch the game that's recorded?
I guess the problem is the sign stealing right there. That's the only thing. I mean, it's yeah, you're looking at just a swing, but it's can we trust the fact that you're not going to get involved in that? Because even Baez has mentioned that too. It's everybody has in the league has to suffer because of that scandal right there. That's a little bit of a frustrating thing for him. But everyone around him seems to be pulling their weight. And I tell you what, I mean, Baez, I think he has to be one of the key guys for the slab. I think he was definitely one of the guys who stood out when the Cubs struggled last time when they were there to the playoffs, not only losing the division in a one-game playoff to the Brewers, but then going out and lose the wild card matchup to the Rockies 2 years ago. I definitely do believe if the Cubs are going to go far, he has to find a way to snap out of it somehow and get himself in a good mental comfort zone for this stretch.
All of them. Chris Bryant need to wake up. He's been the shell of himself for a while. Hayward, we paying him all that money. We need you for more than defense. All of them need to wake up, get the bats cracking, especially being, fourth in the NL. Like, if you have this good pitching, put some points up behind this pitching, allow your pitching to get, better, be able to try different kinds of pitches. So all of them guys need to wake up and tell those bats to get on fire.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, speaking of getting on fire right now, we're just going to wrap up here in just a moment here. We're going to get into some NFL extra points. We're going to start off with the Bears. They opened up their season on the road against the Lions. Plus, we got our playoff Periscope coming out. And then we'll hit up real quickly, too. Skip Bayless makes some controversial comments once again on athlete, this time Dak Prescott. You're watching, listen to On Deck on CSR.
They have to. Let's see it.